Hey, this is Cosmic Boogeyman coming at you with some tarot. So keep in mind this stuff's for entertainment purposes only. How you take it's going to be up to you. Let your story stick to you and not to someone else. Don't apply this against another person, um, as we all tend to do. But be serious with this because this tarot stuff, it is really unique. It has its own life. As I'm starting to shuffle, I'll get my cards warmed up. The uh, the Aquarius Collective. I'll have to admit, I do watch the Aquarius Tarot, and it's so amazing to see some of that stuff because we are we're falling into like this love sequence. And in the last read I had, we had love prominently placed. And if you remember what I was talking about last time, this is our cornerstone. So love falling in the cornerstone is important. So you have two people or two, we can call them partners, finding themselves agreeing to something of equal value. One person feels himself younger, and at the center, we have taking action, but we may have a couple more popping out here. So, this younger person has a lot on their mind, not speaking it, not taking action, intelligent. Uh, I would call them very grounded. Some people would say their head is in the clouds, but um, they're definitely exotic in of themselves, which brings them to a new level. They're the ones who want to take action but don't. On the other side here, we have the thought of loss of love by not taking action. And we have this leading to that page of swords becoming a queen of swords, which if you remember our last read, this is pretty much the beginning of the last read as well. So this page of swords, which the free flowing young feeling self, um, independent, male or female, with tons of ideas, feeling open to anything, blocks himself off to love and limits himself going forward. And that would be the other cornerstone. It's kind of like being the bitch, I would call it, the one who's against everything but always regretful, um, and causing this undue chaos because they're heading in the same direction wherever this meant. This love that they're the failure of love is what I would call it. You can see a lot of blue here, which means there would be a lot of sadness. We're heading down what I would call our conduit, or the center line, the the our basically our backbone of what's happening. And this person, who's the Knight of Swords, would be a King of Wands, Queen of Wands, someone who's passion. They look towards this other person, but don't offer the same opportunities that you would normally find. In this King of Wands court or to their left, they someone has their ear. Something seems like someone's always talking to them. They're grounded in their own way. They're very fiery, passionate, carry happiness as a protective cloak, and always looking for new opportunities. Um, they're flashy without showing it, if that makes sense. But this King of Wands is very familiar with this Knight of Swords. They have a they have almost like I used to be, was, once was. They know what was out there. This is something either they sent out or they can remember it as their past. And in their future, they're hoping for a possibility of love or manifestation of love through whatever this opportunity of this cornerstone card is that we started with, the lovers. So this person, this king or queen, is hoping to meet this younger energy and find themselves to be more alive. And behind that offer of love is the Empress, which is the single person, the one who's available, the one who loves recreational substances at times. This person is not afraid of going out into the forest, but not afraid of being heartbroken to understand what love is. They're offering love to whoever this king or queen is. This emperor or empress is going to offer love based on the feeling of what's being um, the sword taking action, which I would call is a divine opportunity. In our last read, we had this prominently placed in our center line. So it's basically the do you offer love or not offer love? Do you not accept love? Do you not want to find love again? And at the other opportunity here at the corner, at the corner we have at the end of our conduit we have in the cornerstones we have basically looking for a better opportunity, which is what a lot of people end up doing is they say, is this person better than the last? Or is this person better than the one I have? And that's what causes that love conflict that we find ourselves in. Underneath that exploring, it's just that wanting to be online, that existing somewhere else, finding it's not good or bad. It's like you can't physically touch these people, but you find a new identity to yourself. It becomes truer to who you want to be. And that's where this exploration leads us into this new millennia. We're raising our vibration essentially to find ourselves in a new place. Um, where we would normally say, hey, go to church, do this and that, you can essentially go online and find your own religion. You create your own beliefs, your own ideals. Things that you find true to you is what others find true to them. So it's an a la carte way of building your own religion because that's what's happened is people find like-minded people all around the world. So this exploration has led people to understand how we can be more abundant. Um, when you sit on top of your pain and know how you got there, and you can say, I can grow from whatever this got me to this point, and say I can grow and become a bigger person from here, then I can offer love effectively, or know how I'm getting lied to before I'm offered love. So for me, I think finding the opportunities is not always easy because you have to commit to something, and that's where commitment is usually thwarted by a lot of people. It could be friends, family. It could be even, like I said, the church. It could be, it could be prior commitments. It could be children. It could be anybody that doesn't want to see this through. But on your mind, you want to see commitment. So you're torn between becoming the best version of yourself towards committing to others and feeling you're bringing yourself down to help others sometimes. And that's where it becomes a problem. And at our other cornerstone here, we have blocking, which a lot of us do many times. And mind you, this is our foundation for just how we're seeing ourselves currently, Aquarius. This is where we're at. We're kind of like saying, hey, we're not going to explore too much online anymore. We're going to take a step back for just a little while. Love's in the air. The other opportunity would be dealing with the wrath of somebody or of creating the wrath of somebody and then blocking for no reason. So as we hit the cornerstones and we start taking a bigger picture of like our situation here, we can see that this is a little bit easier to look at. I'm just going to adjust these cards a little bit. Sorry about that. So as you're playing here and you're looking at your cornerstones, and here you go, you're going to see that these cards are important to you in a lot of ways because you'll see like you have the knights meeting on like a common ground, like, hey, we both have been scorned, something hurt us. Bringing it into the future, do you put your sword down? Would you ever say, hey, that I was hurt, but that doesn't bother me anymore? Most people don't. They bring that with them. And the longer someone carries that with them, the less likely they are to be a healed version of themselves. And at the end of the day, people want to feel loved or fall in love. But for what reason? Because they want to be the one. They want to be the only reason someone else asks, like, to breathe. Like they want to feel like you're your purpose. You're the number one. Um, and sometimes the alternative is to wait and hang back and just hold back. And what it is you're really just you're the best of something, but you don't realize it until that person can put you up into the top of the hill and say, "Hey, I know you're the best." Um, and that's where that love hate happens when you fall in love with somebody through this original question of, do you take action? And then when you have someone who's waiting, Aquarius, then that leaves someone out in the cold. They feel like they're not in love. They feel like they're no longer in alignment. Um, it's usually them and somebody else. They feel like it's always them getting tied down with somebody else out in the cold, left hanging. They can take action towards this person, or you can take action towards this person, and that's at the base of everything. Is you could be the one taking the action and leading you into this new opportunity where you are the one. But sometimes you find yourself looking at that pain and trying to grow from it because through choice you get life opportunities. And I'm gonna almost guarantee we're gonna see a life lesson come up here in a minute. But you have these choices and then life lessons come up, and that's important for you because from these opportunities you get yourself in from the conduit, from not exploring to racing ahead and saying, hey, whoa, don't fight me, I don't want to lose you, to, hey, I'm going to make you an offer, to friends kind of contradicting this, to kind of like, well, I'll take a step back. That leads you back to like, okay, someone's left out in the cold, and are there really any other choices when when you had your original choice? The divine will always play its part in here, and this is what we always kind of forget to notice here, is like when the universe steps in here, Aquarius, it's going to help whatever it has to help it go through, no matter how we want it, good or bad. Um, if we fall into whatever this situation is and we just agree to it, we become more, um, I would say, more palatable to the problem. Because what the divine's trying to do is help us see through these tower moments and say, hey, you're having a tower moment. It's not a bad thing. Just because they destroy this one casino doesn't mean you're not going to get a better casino in its place. And then you can't gamble some of your life lessons going forward to get a better situation. The divine is looking at it like it's your chance to gamble your own love, however you want to play it. But it's going to come in here and help protect you no matter what. It's when you don't recognize that protection and that you are the king of the hill or the queen of the hill that you have power over all that pain. And we have what would end up being a divine pair at the end of the day once you start recognizing that you are the one. You're the one to yourself, you're the one to someone else. It that's just the way it is. It's not your decision to make. It's already been pre-made for you. So what you find is you find yourself um, looking for nothing more than to find yourself happy. And then you take action on whatever's making you happiest. You say, okay, wow, that makes me really happy. I'm going to continue doing that. Or that's going to make me happy. I'm going to continue doing that. You either hang back or you ride out those tower moments. Do you not get on the surfboard and ride the wave because that wave is 20 feet high? No, you're obviously going to get on the surfboard because it's fun. But you're going to crash. There's going to be moments you will crash, but through that pain, you're going to rebuild. And that's where you become the best surfboarder you ever were. I mean, there's nobody else. Um, but you have to kind of help do that with others. You can't just do that by being yourself. So what ends up happening is you grow yourself. You have to keep your oxygen on mask. You have to keep that oxygen mask on first, because understanding that you are going through life moments, no matter if you feel like you are or not, you always are. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's not black or white. And you can see here we have the black, black, white, white. We have this. It's not black or white. We have these as life lessons that are coming up and always hitting you one way or another and wanting to hit you. And the end of this would be, this is heartbreak. So divine's going to put you through heartbreak to teach you a lesson, not because you're bad or evil or you deserve something less, but to teach you something amazing. Like, where do you go from there? Having heartbreak is an important thing. Getting rid of those past burdens, like how do I rebuild from what I was and become better to who I want to be, is important. Um, and this is where you get from finding yourself with nothing to having everything in the matter of years. Like, you don't look at it in a short term, you look at it in a long term. So for me, I think that's what we have to look at, is how do you go from there? Um, Let me expand out here for just a second, because I want to see what the divine will give you is a new opportunity based on you putting down those burdens, saying, "Hey, I'm done. I don't need this, or this in my life." But not just saying it, meaning it, putting that out there, just like really meaning it. It's not only taking action, it's being willing to accept the new opportunities that do come in. You're not being regretful. You're walking away from that tower moment saying, "Hey, that happened. Yeah, that happened to me. I know what happened. I'm better now." But I have these new opportunities where I'm happier. I'm getting new opportunities from whatever is giving me the best chance of happiness going forward, and I can take action if it's good or bad. I'm avoiding those people who are going to make me uncomfortable or pissed because that's not going to make me happy. So those people I want to be my divine pair. I want them to be my match. They're the ones who are going to help me put down my burdens. They're the ones who are going to help me fight, help be my champion. Essentially, they're gonna be the ones who are gonna say, "Hey, I'm not gonna pick up the sword for you, but I will tell you I'll be there rooting you on." That's the person you want. So what you end up getting is you get that king or queen of cups who's sitting there always kind of just edging that situation, saying, "You still can do more. You know that, right?" But really balancing what you think you can do and what you think you can't do and bringing those into reality. And how do you get to that? It's putting things out in the cold, and then you get to that life lesson, that ultimate life lesson in the end, where you're saying, I have to leave people behind. And we all have done this. We all had to walk away from friends, family, because those things no longer were serving us. But what I'd like to see is like what we're getting out of this is the situation that's going to make us happiest. So I'm going to pull a card here to get us a final read, because what I'm getting from this read is that we're trying to find ourselves, Aquarius, in a balance of like being happy but making decisions. We're also looking at where do we go from being down and out to using the control of the universe to help us find our way back up. Is heartbreak a bad thing? Um, and this is what I'm trying to figure out. So, our final card here we got is the Five of Wands. And then let me get a little zoom in here. So we got, learn to take life as it comes, both positive and negative. Arguments, inner and outer, conflict, struggle, boldness, tension, rivalry, competition. The Five of Wands is fire card, a Leo card. It's energy of the unexpected, conflict, movement, change. Like I was saying with the tower moments, like when you go through heartbreak, tower moments, or you deal with someone that's, I would say, is a bitch. Like you deal with people that are trying to influence you. You have to take those moments and bring them into your own power. Like you find the people who are your champion, who are the ones who are supporting you, and let go of the ones who aren't helping you. So you gather around those that are in your side, and you let go of the ones who aren't. That's what we're trying to do here, because you're going to gather your resources and get yourself back together, because those outcomes are only going to matter to you in the end when you are trying to become a better Aquarius. All right. I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.